Welcome you all in the lecture number 14 of Abstract Algebra MTL 6051. In this lecture, we will going to discuss fundamental theorem of homomorphism, first fundamental theorem of homomorphism, second fundamental theorem of homomorphism, and one another theorem related to second fundamental theorem of homomorphism, an example related to these theorems. Okay, let us see what is statement of the fundamental theorem of homomorphism or first isomorphism theorem. Okay, fundamental theorem of homomorphism states that every homomorphic image, every homomorphic image of a group is isomorphic to its quotient group, right? For example, if G and G dash, this is G dash and G, this F is homomorphism, then G by kernel of F is isomorphic to F of G, which is subgroup of G dash. Okay, this is the statement of first fundamental theorem. And suppose in case if this F, which is homomorphism, if this is onto, then this statement is converted into the form G by kernel of F is isomorphic to G dash, right? Remember that this happens when F is onto, right? In this statement, it doesn't mention that the given homomorphism is onto homomorphism, right? Let us first consider if F is not onto, then this thing happen. If F is onto, then this happen. Okay. See, if we assume G and G dash be two group, okay, and F is homomorphism from G to G dash, then we have to show that this thing, we have to show that, okay, if this is isomorphic to F of G, then there exists an isomorphism from G by kernel of F to F of G, right? If two group G is isomorphic to G dash, it means they are isomorphic. It means there exists a map F such that F from G to G dash is isomorphic. Okay. Now see, let us define a map phi. Let us define a map phi from G by kernel of F to F of G. And also remember that what is kernel of F? Kernel of F is normal subgroup of G. Okay. Let us define phi from quotient group G by H. What is H? H is kernel of F to F of G, and we define phi H. What is the element of G by H? G by H element of this is coset, that is AH. A belongs to G, right? Then the element of this G by kernel of F is AH. What is H? Kernel of F. A kernel of F is equal to F of G. What is F of G? F of G means F of G is something like this, right? This is G dash and this is G. These are the elements, then these. Then whatever be the set of images, right, under F, this thing is F of G, and F of G is always subset of G dash. Then phi of A kernel F is equal to F of A. We define phi in this way. Okay, let us define phi in this way. Okay, then in this case we have to show that number one, phi is well defined map. phi is well defined. Number 2, phi is 1 1 and phi is onto. Right? If these three things happen, then what is phi? Phi is isomorphism. Okay, this is isomorphism. And if this is isomorphism from g by kernel of f to fg, then these two are isomorphic. Right? Then this thing happen. Okay. Now see whether the phi is well defined, phi is 1 1 and phi is onto. Let's see. What is phi? Phi is defined as phi of a kernel of f is equal to fa, right, for all a belong to G. How we show that this is well defined? This is well defined if two images are equal in the domain, then their phi image is also equal, right? Let two element a kernel of f and b kernel of f, let a kernel of f, b kernel of f, right? Then we know that ah is equal to bh implies that ab inverse belong to h, right? Here the kernel of f play the role of h, then ab inverse belong to kernel f. And we also know that what is kernel of f? Kernel f is normal subgroup of G. This is G. Then here this is kernel, and kernel is all the element in G whose image is identity in second group, right? Then this type of set is known as kernel f. Basically, what is the definition of kernel of f? Kernel of f is equal to x belong to G such that f of x is equal to E2. Such type of set, such type of element in a set, now this form a set, that set is known as kernel of f, and this kernel of f is normal subgroup of G dash. You can prove it. This is homework for you. Okay. Now see, a kernel of f is equal to b kernel of f. Then by this rule, ab inverse belong to kernel of f. Then what is this? F of ab inverse is equal to E dash. This implies that f of a equal to f of b. What is fa? Fa is phi a kernel of f, and what is fb? Phi b kernel of f. Okay. Then f is well defined. Next, phi is homomorphism. Phi of xy. What is x? X is a kernel f. What is y? Y is b kernel f. Right? Then phi a kernel f, b kernel f. This is x and this is y. And we know that ah into bh is equal to abh. Okay. Then this a kernel f and b kernel f is equal to ab kernel f. Right? And by definition of phi, this is equal to f of ab. But we know that f is homomorphism. It is given in the statement of the fundamental theorem. F is homomorphism, therefore fa is equal to fb. Okay. What is fb? F of a? F of a is phi x, means phi of a kernel f. And f of b is phi y, means phi of b kernel f. It means phi is homomorphism. Whether the phi is 1 1, see, what is the definition of 1 1? If phi x is equal to phi y, then we have to show that x is equal to y. Then this phi is 1 1. See, if phi of a kernel f is equal to phi b kernel f, so by definition phi of a kernel f is fa and phi of b kernel f is fb. Then what is this? This is equal to f of a, f of b whole inverse, right? Since it is homomorphism, therefore f of a b inverse, right, is equal to identity. Then f of ab inverse is equal to identity. It means ab inverse belong to kernel of f by definition of kernel of f. This ab inverse belong to kernel of f. Right? If ab inverse belong to kernel of f, it means if AB inverse belong to H, this implies that AH is equal to BH. It means A kernel F is equal to B kernel F. Means phi is 1 1. Now phi is onto. If we consider any element in F of G, right? Take any element. Say F of A belongs to F of G. F of A belongs to F of G. Then what is this F of A? By definition, this F of A is equal to phi A kernel F, right? Yes. Then phi of G by kernel F is equal to Fg, right? For all Fa, there exists A kernel F belongs to G by kernel of F such that phi of A kernel F is equal to F of A. It means phi is onto. This means phi is onto. Okay. If phi is onto, phi is 1 1 and phi is well defined. Right. This phi is isomorphism. Okay. If this is isomorphism, then phi is mapped from G by kernel of F to F of G. Then and this is isomorphism. Then G by kernel of F is isomorphic to F of G. Okay, this is the proof of first fundamental theorem of homomorphism. Now see, second isomorphism theorem. What is second theorem of isomorphism? Second theorem says that if H and K are two subgroups, right, and H is normal. See, H and K both are subgroup, but H is normal in G. It is given. Then HK by H is isomorphic to K by H intersection K. Okay. Let us define a map from K to HK by H. You define this map as follows. F of K is equal to, what is this small k? Small k belongs to capital K. Right? This small k is the element of capital K and capital K is the domain of F. Then this F of small k is equal to HK. Right? Then whether this F is well defined, what is the criteria to prove that this is well defined map? Let us consider any two elements in the domain are equal, then their F images is also equal. Let K1 is equal to K2. If K1 is equal to K2, then their coset is also equal. If their coset is equal, then their F image is equal by definition of F. What is HK1? HK1 is FK1 by this, and HK2 is equal to F of K2. Okay. It means if elements are equal, then their images are, then their F image is also equal. It means F is well defined map. Okay. F is homomorphism. F of K1 K2. What is F of K1 K2 is HK1 K2. What is HK1 K2? HK1 and HK2. What is HK1? F of K1. What is HK2? F of K2. Right? It means F is a homomorphism. And whether F is onto, by fundamental theorem of homomorphism, this says that what is F? F from K to HK by H, right? And this is homomorphism and onto also. Okay, this is onto homomorphism. Then what it means? It means HK by, in what is first fundamental theorem? F from G to G dash, then G by kernel of F is isomorphic to F of G, and in fact if F is onto, then this is isomorphic to G dash. Compare this thing, this one, right? What is G? G is K. What is G dash? G dash is HK by H. Okay. Then this G dash is isomorphic to, G dash means HK by H. this is isomorphic to G by kernel of F. What is G? G is K. K by kernel of F. Now see what is kernel of F. The kernel of F is given by, these two are isomorphic, okay. But what is kernel of F? Kernel of F is equal to all the element. What is F? F from capital K to Hk by H. Then all the element in the domain, small k belong to capital K, such that their image is identity. And what is identity of this group? Identity of this group is H, right? Fk is equal to H. If Fk is equal to H means what? What is Fk? Fk is Hk. Hk is equal to H. It implies that K belongs to capital K and K belongs to capital H. It means what? That K belongs to H intersection K. It means kernel of F is H intersection K. Then this statement Hk by H is isomorphic to capital K by H intersection K. And remember that this theorem we will use in our next lecture, or next to next lecture, when we will prove the Jordan-Holder theorem, right? Remember that this result. Next, this note we already discussed. If F from G to G dash is onto, then this happens. G by kernel of F is isomorphic to G dash. Now, see the application of second isomorphism theorem. If H and K are two distinct, what is H and K? Two distinct maximal normal subgroup. Remember that these are two distinct maximal normal subgroup. What do you mean by maximal normal? If H is maximal normal subgroup, this H is maximal normal subgroup of G, then what is the condition? H is subgroup of K, K is subgroup of G, right? Remember that we are defining maximal normal subgroup. How? H is subgroup of K, K is subgroup of G, then either two things happen. Either H is equal to K or K equal to G. It means what? If H is maximal normal subgroup of G, then between H and G, there does not exist any normal subgroup in between them, which containing H and it is subset of G. Then in this case H is maximal, right? Same definition is this one. H is maximal, then what happened? If K is any subgroup which containing H and K is subset of G, right? Then either H is equal to K or K equal to G. In this case H is maximal normal subgroup, right? In roughly we can speak that between H and G there does not exist any normal subgroup, right? Now see, what is the proof? If H and K are two maximal normal subgroup, then in this case, only remember that in this case H and K both are maximal and both these two are distinct maximal normal subgroup, okay? In this case G is equal to HK and H intersection K is maximal normal subgroup of H and K both, okay? Let us see. What is H and K? H and K are two normal subgroup of G. Then what is HK? HK is also normal subgroup of G. Okay. If H and K are two normal subgroup, then remember that this theorem. If H is normal subgroup of G and K is normal subgroup of G, then HK is normal subgroup of G. Right? This theorem, this is homework for you. You have to prove this. And I believe that this you already studied in your BSc class. Then HK is normal subgroup of G, then HK is normal subgroup of G. Okay. If HK is normal subgroup of G, then H is subset of HK, and this is subset of G. K is subset of HK, HK is subset of G. Now see, what is H and K? H and K are maximal normal. What is H and K? Maximal normal. Okay. This H and K is maximal normal. Then by definition of what is maximal normal? Either H is equal to HK or HK is equal to G. And in second case, either K is equal to HK or if HK is equal to G. Now see, if H is equal to HK and K is equal to HK, it means these two H and K are equal, and this is contradiction. Why? Since here it is given that H and K are two distinct maximal normal subgroup. These two are distinct, right? Therefore, HK is equal to H. So first part is proved, right? First part is proved. If H and K are two distinct maximal normal subgroup, then this G is equal to HK, right? Now, H intersection K is maximal normal subgroup of H and K. How we will prove it? Now apply second isomorphism theorem, right? What is second isomorphism theorem? Says that HK by H is isomorphic to K by H intersection. Okay. What is HK? This HK is G, G by H. What is H? What is this H? This H is maximal in G by G. This H is maximal in G. Okay. Okay. If this H is maximal, see. If H is maximal in G, then G by H is simple, right? What is definition of simple? No proper normal subgroup of group G. No proper normal subgroup of group G. Then G is simple. If a group does not contain any proper normal subgroup, then that group is simple. G by H is simple. It means what? Since H is maximal, so between H and G, there does not exist any K which containing K and which is subset of G. Such type of K does not exist. It means between G and H, there is no normal subgroup. It means G by H, this is simple. If this is simple, then this is isomorphic to K by H intersection K. If this is simple and this is isomorphic to this, then this group is also simple. And if it is simple, then what is H intersection K? Then H intersection K is maximal normal subgroup. Okay, maximal normal subgroup, right? And H intersection K is maximal normal subgroup of K. Now see, what is the application of? Right? Find the total number of homomorphisms from S3 to Z6. Okay, see. S3 is domain. Suppose F is homomorphism. Okay, what is F? F is homomorphism. Okay. What is the normal subgroup of S3? Normal subgroup of S3 is I S3. Every group have these two trivial normal subgroup, identity and group itself. And what is second? That is A3. What is A3? A3 is identity 1, 2, 3 and 1, 3, 2. Okay, these are the three normal subgroup. Now see, what is kernel of F? Kernel of F is normal subgroup of group G. What is G in this case? In this case, G is S3. This kernel F is normal subgroup. And what is normal subgroup of S3? Identity A3 and S3. Now discuss these three cases. If kernel of F is identity, Then what is fundamental theorem says that G by kernel of F is isomorphic to F of G. Okay, that is subset of Z6. Now see, G by kernel of F. What is G? G is S3. See, G is S3. What is kernel of F? This is identity. This is identity. And this is isomorphic to F of S3. See, what is this? This is nothing but whole S3. Right? S3 is isomorphic to F of S3. Right? And F of S3 is subset of Z6. Now see, how many element in S3? Number of element in S3 is 6 and number of element in Z6 is 6. It means this S3 is isomorphic to Z6. Whether it is possible? Not possible. Z6 is abelian, S3 is not abelian. How these two are isomorphic? These are not isomorphic. So no such homomorphism is possible from S3 to Z6 whose kernel remember that, whose kernel is identity. Okay. Now consider the second case. If kernel of F is A3, then S3 by A3 is isomorphic to F of S3. What is S3? Yes, order of S3 is 6. What is order of A3? Order of A3 is 3. Then 6 by 3, that is 2. It means this is isomorphic to Z2. Right? Then what is F of S3? F of S3 is Z2. Right? What is Z2? 0 and 3. Why 0 and 3? This is Z2. What is the subset of Z6 what is the subgroup of Z6 which containing only 2 element? Only 2 element is 0 and 3. Right? This is the subgroup of Z6 which containing 2 element. Right? If it containing 2 element, then S3 by A3 is isomorphic to Z2, no doubt. Order of S3 is 6, order of A3 is 3. The 6 by 3, that is 2. F of S3 is something like Z2. Okay? And this is abelian. What is the subgroup of Z6 which containing 2 element? That is 0 and 3. Okay. Then what is A3? Remember that G by H identity is, in any quotient group, identity is H. Okay. In S3 by A3, what is identity? Identity is A3. Okay. Then image of A3 is identity at 0. Right? Image of A3 is identity at 0. Then what is S3? S3 containing following element: identity 1 2 1 3 2 3 1 2 3 1 3 2. Okay, these 6 element. Okay, A3 goes to 0. Image of A3 goes to 0. And since this is identity and this is identity of Z6, then image of identity goes to identity. And image of other element. What is other element? This A3 containing identity 1 2 3 and 1 3 2. And what other element? Other element also containing 3 element. That is 1 2 1 3 and 2 3. It goes to 3. Right? Similarly, S3 by S3, this is identity. And F of S3 is Z6. Okay. What is this? This is identity. Right? Then this is isomorphic to Z1. What is Z1? Z1 means containing only one element, that is 0. F of S3 is 0. That is trivial homomorphism. One homomorphism here and one homomorphism here. It means F from S3 to Z6, there are two homomorphisms. Only two homomorphisms. Number of homomorphisms from S3 to Z6 is equal to 2. Okay. Now find the total number of homomorphisms from Z6 to Z6. First find the normal subgroup of Z6. What is the normal subgroup of Z6? That is generated by 0, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now consider case by case. If kernel of f is 0, then Z6 by kernel of f, that is Z6 by 0, it is whole Z6. This is isomorphic to f of Z6, that is Z6. It means there exists a homomorphism like this. Image of 0 is 0. Image of 1. What is order of 1 in Z6? 5. And what is order of 5 in Z6? Sorry. Image of 1 is 6 and image of 5 is 6. Okay. Then image of 1 is 5 and image of 5 is 1. Okay. Now what is order of 2? Order of 2 is 3. Right. And what is order of 4? Order of 4 is 3. Then image of 2 is 4 and 4 is 2. Okay. Then what are the remaining elements? That is 3. Then image of 3 is 3. 1 to 5, 5 to 1, 2 to 4, 4 to 2, 3 to 3, 0 to 0. Right. This is one homomorphism. If f of 3, kernel of f is generated by 3. What is 3? That is 3. 3 plus 3 is 0. Right. This is the subgroup of Z6. Okay. Then Z6 by 3. Z6 containing 6 element, H containing 2 element. Then Z6 by 3. This is isomorphic to something Z3. Okay. Then this is isomorphic to Z3. What is the kernel? Kernel is 0, 3. Okay. Then 0, 3. Since identity is this one, 3. What is 3? 3 is 0, 3. Then 0, 3 goes to 0. What is 1, 4? 1, 4 goes to, right? 1, 4 goes to 4 and 2, 5 goes to 2, or 1, 4 goes to 2 and 2, 5 goes to 4. Right? Why? Since other two elements, right? The elements of Z6 by H, see, the element of Z6 by 3 are 0, 3, right? Something like this, na? A, 3. And what is A? A belongs to Z6. See, if 0, what is A into 3? A into, what is 3? 0, 3. Now see, if A is 0, if A equal to 0, then this is A into H is 0, 3. Okay, if A equal to 3, then this is 3 into 0, 0, 3 into 3 is 9, 9 divided by 6 is 3. Okay, if A is equal to 1, then then this is equal to this Z6 is grouped with respect to addition modulo 6. Sorry, not multiplication, this is addition. 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 3 is 3, 3 plus 0 is 0, 3 plus 3 is 3, and 3 plus 3 is 6, that is 0. Okay. Now 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 3 is 4. Okay. And 2. 2 plus 0 is 2, 2 plus 3 is 5. And 3 already happened. What is 4? 4 plus 0 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 1. Okay. And for A is equal to 1, this is 1, 4. A is equal to 2, that is 2, 5. It means element is 0, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5. Okay. This is 0, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5. And element of 0, 3 is 1, 1, 4 is either 2 or 4, and 2, 5 is either 2 or 4. Okay. Then there are two homomorphisms. And kernel of f is equal to 2. Then what is Z6? What is 2? Elements generated by 2 is 0, 2 and 4. Right? This Z6 by 2 is 2. That is Z2. Z2 0, 2, 4. 0, 2, 4. And 1, 3, 5. Okay. This goes to 0 and this goes to 3. Okay. Next. If kernel of f is 1, then this is z6 by z6, that is z1, z6 by z6, z1, right? Then whole thing, image of all 6 element goes to 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0. Okay, whole group goes to 0. Okay, similarly, you have to find out the number of homomorphisms from S4 to Z6. Okay, this is the, what is the normal subgroup of S4? I, K4, A4 and S4. Okay, the procedure is same. See, this is the number of homomorphisms you can count from here, right?